Hey guys, Brian Hilliard here, author of the best-selling book Networking Like a Pro and creator of the popular program How to Get 3 or More Paid Speaking Gigs a Year. Now today I want to talk about a pro tip for what you can do to really get more clients from a paid speaking engagement without seeming pushy or salesy or even selling from the stage or anything like that. It's something that I actually do as a matter of course. Didn't realize that it was this kind of secret tip or anything like that until later on, and was talking with other people about that. And quite simply, it is this. All right. When you go down and get a speaking engagement, what usually happens is let's say they have the engagement on Wednesday, right? They will pay for, in terms of travel, they'll pay for your travel and they'll pay for you to stay Tuesday night. So like you're staying there Tuesday night, you get up in the morning, 10 o'clock or 9:30, you do your presentation. And then what most speakers do is they go home after that. I don't do that. All right. What I recommend, and here's the pro tip for maximizing, your clients from a paid speaking engagement, is I recommend you stay the next night. Okay. Now I know this doesn't work for everybody, family and stuff like that. We're just talking right now. But I actually, in a perfect world, I recommend you stay the next night. You're like, well, Brian, what do you mean by that? Well, let me tell you a story. So I was down, one of my first gigs was the Southeastern Mortgage Brokers Conference. It was placed down in Biloxi, Missouri? No, I said Missouri. It is Mississippi, Biloxi, Mississippi. And I was down there and I actually had 2 engagements. And I was, doing my thing, did the engagements, a couple of breakout sessions actually, did my thing. And I just, for whatever reason, we were just staying that night just as a matter of course. Okay, so then what was going on was I went up to the room, relaxed a little bit, went back downstairs. And here was the interesting thing. Every time I walked throughout the hotel, because remember, they had like the whole hotel, maybe not the whole area, but the conference area. Every time I walked through the hotel or saw, some people were recognizing me. They're like, oh, and they were stopping me. And we were having conversations. It was like this one giant networking event. I was telling the story that I was actually in the restroom. I'm sitting there in the bathroom. We're at, the guy standing next to me. I'm right here. I'm looking forward. He looks over and says, are you Brian? I said, yeah. He says, nice presentation. I saw that. He's like, let's, appreciate it. He's shaking hands. I'm like, well, maybe we should not. Let's wait till we wash hands first. He's like, oh yeah, you're right. Good point. The reason I bring this up is because a lot of times you see speakers running off. They do their presentation. They're breaking down their stuff halfway through their own presentation and they got to go. You like that? I actually just thought, go. They gotta go, okay? And I'm like, no. Listen, here's what you're gonna want to do. Stay the extra night, all right? What does that allow you to do, Brian? How does that get me clients? Fine. I was over at an event in California, same type of thing. I stayed an extra night. All right. I got invited out to do I got dinner. People were buying me drinks. We're sitting down talking. I'm picking up good contacts. I'm getting potential speaking engagements for other areas. Back to the Southeast Mortgage Brokers Conference for a second. I remember, like I said, I was going out in the hotel, right? I was out in the bathroom, guys shaking my hand, whatever. We're still talking, doing some other stuff. Another guy comes, he says, what are your plans for dinner tonight? I said, well, I don't have any. He says, well, why don't you come out with me? We're buying. I said, all right. And it turns out that it was his company was being taken out by another company, like a sales organization, and he just invited me. And I didn't realize that. And I'm sitting there and I'm talking. And once I realized what was happening, it was just like this private room. All right. And so it wasn't like you could just be like, oh, I'm going to go to the bathroom and you just don't come back. Right. So I'm like, I realized what's going on. And I went to the salesperson. I was like, listen, I know I'm not a part of this company and I'm not trying to crash this party. If you want, I could totally leave and it is not going to be a problem. I'll just go get dinner someplace else. Guys like, no. I've heard you. I saw you speak. It's great. No problem. We appreciate you having. Do you want to say a few words? I'm like, okay. So now I'm getting exposed to more people. My point is that if you want to be able to continue, assuming you do a good job at your presentation. Now, if you do a bad job, then you might want to run to the plane. and to the airport. But assuming you do a good job, if you stick around that extra 24 hours, it is absolutely will be worth your while. You know, my girlfriend, as you know, she's all about health and wellness, transformational coaching, health and wellness, really, really good stuff. One of the points that we've actually talked about is a banana, and I think it's for all fruit, but a banana in particular, let's say it takes 10 days to ripen. Okay, so from green to yellow, 10 days. I don't know if that's true, but let's just say. Well, what happens is it turns out that like 70% of the nutrition, the nutrient, comes in the last 3 days. Okay, so days 1 through 6, okay, or 1 through 7, they get 30%. Days 8, 9, and 10, you get the other 70%. I think the same thing is true for getting, clients on a paid speaking engagement. The before, not as much. During the presentation, definitely. But afterwards, after people see you and get to know you, and now they see you in around, they come up to you, they talk to you, they buy you drinks, they take you out to dinner, where those companies who shouldn't even be, they ask you to speak some more, and then they invite you to come in and do some stuff with their company. That's the pro tip. That's how you do it. I've actually done it that way. It works. Take my word for it, and hopefully you'll do it, and it will work for you. But in the meantime, my name is Brian Hilliard, saying so long, take care, and thanks so much for your time.